What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, powered today by BetUS. Yesterday, we talked about the Ravens' third down defense. Now we're going to be talking about what I think is the one unit that the Ravens need to have sustainable play from to go on a run at this postseason, and that is the interior defensive line. If you guys are looking forward to this breakdown, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Is it the secondary? Is it the edge rusher group, or is it the interior defensive line? I want to hear from you guys. Before we jump into it, the lines haven't come out yet, but they should be up probably once this video drops. BetUS is going to be your go-to for week 18. It's the last week of the regular season. It's just a slate of Sunday games. It's chaos, and that means chaos in the betting world. Go over there, use promo code YouTube150. You'll get 150% sign up bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two. Go over there, take advantage, make some bets, get some bigger bets, bigger winnings, more money in your pocket. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring. Now, let's jump into this because when I was going through the tape, it was really noticeable how much this interior defensive line stood out. That not only making plays on the ball, getting run stops. You had a guy like Broderick Washington, who in this one against the Texans was second on the team in run stops, made several big plays. You got obviously a guy like Travis Jones, who led the team in pressures with 5, 2 QB hits, 3 hurries. And so my argument is that it is the interior defensive line. Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, Namade Matabike, Broderick Washington, who Washington's been phenomenal the last few weeks, just to highlight that. I think it's critical because shutting down the run, not only to make a team more one-dimensional, but also limiting your third down yardage. So, for example, if you have a team that can really grind out first, second down, get some runs, and it's setting up third and 4, third and 5, against a guy like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, who we're going to see in the postseason, those are, money situations because of the way they can use their legs, the way they can buy time. And that goes into the pass rush conversation because they seem to do fine if they need to get away from a pass rusher. So Kyle Van Noy can go off, and a team like the Chiefs has weak offensive tackles, but I think that consistent interior pressure is going to be much more disruptive, moving them outside of the pocket, cutting that field in half. Obviously, both Mahomes and Allen can make insane plays, just like Lamar Jackson can. But I think that's the key. It's that interior pressure, stopping the run, and that's exactly what they did against the Texans. And that's really what stood out to me. We'll start here in the run game. And on a couple of these plays, like this one right here, Roquan Smith's going to step up. And this play, it's one of those plays that reminds me of that Ray Lewis quote when they drafted Haloti Ngata. He basically said publicly, go get me a defensive tackle who can keep me clean. And this is the type of thing he's talking about. You're going to get a gap run here by the Texans, and Matabike and Travis Jones are going to eat so much attention up front right there. When the puller comes around, Roquan's already up in that gap and he's going in clean. So that's the big thing. So you see the double team come down to Matabike. He splits it. Because he splits it so quickly, Roquan gets through free and just steps up and makes a pop on the running back. So those types of plays that these defensive tackles can make absolutely critical. Sticking to the run game, outside zone here, and there's just Travis Jones. You can't one-on-one block him in the run game, and that's what creates for the people around him. So you're going to see double team's going to come. He's going to continue to work inwards as he squares back up, and this is that athleticism. A guy his size who's going to turn sideways, get out of position. This isn't good. We don't want to see this. This is how you end up getting guys getting washed out. And you can see Matabike on the backside here. He's going to press the inside of Laremy Tunsil that takes away any sort of cutback lane from Joe Mixon. So now you've got Travis Jones and Matabike owning their gaps. Jones turns back in, squares, and then makes a tackle on the ball with Kyle Van Noy on the edge. And those are the critical plays. It's not just that, they'll eat double teams, create for their teammates, but a guy like Travis Jones can do that, but then also make a tackle. And that's really what takes you from being a good to a great defensive tackle, or being, a jag and being a dude. And Travis Jones is a dude. We've seen that this year. Now you get into the backups, and I didn't even mention Brent Urban's name, but you get into the backups and you get guys like Broderick Washington and Brent Urban, who on this play, they're just going to both eat a double team. See right here, right off the snap, they're going to run a duo concept where they basically want to double both defensive tackles and then work double teams into the linebackers, and that's how they set up the blocking scheme. So you're going to get both Brody and Urban are going to eat those double teams and both split. Just seeing them both split almost at the exact same time. Insane play here. So again, they're going to work in, they're going to anchor the double team. They're both going to work. And you can see right here, the right shoulder of Broderick Washington dipping down, the right shoulder of Brent Urban dipping down, and they're both going to split right there. So you can see those double teams as they come off. You get that's the center working into Roquan Smith. You get Laramie Tunsil working into Malik Harrison. That's how duo is supposed to be set up. You want to use those double teams to move defensive tackles back, and then as you get that combination block, you peel one blocker off, get into the linebackers. If set up properly, should be creating a 4-on-4 blocking matchup. But because Brody and Urban split so cleanly, when the combination block, when the lineman releases into the second level, so when the center releases into Roquan and Tunsil releases into Harrison, they haven't taken over the block. The right guard and the right guard and the left guard haven't gotten their full block on Washington and Urban. And so right there, they both slip. See, Brody's already kind of taken that inside leverage, but it's run to Urban's side. Urban does just enough to basically have Mixon run into him. He gets kind of run over, but he eats that gap so hard that he makes a play on the ball. So insane plays there just from those two. But the mirror image, both anchor the double team, split the double team, and both are prepared to make a play on the ball. Urban was a little turned inside. That's why it wasn't like a tackle. Mixon basically runs into him, but he split the double team perfectly, exactly the way you'd want to. I guess not perfectly, because ideally he would have been. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. Insane plays from those two as the backups. Now we're getting down into the red zone here. You can see this was, I believe this was right before the fourth down. You're going to get, you got Jones and Matabike in there, and there's a really critical play. And I say that because I know there's some yardage here. So you're going to see Jones. He's going to get banged down on this double team, and his ability to take this, get his head, which is on the inside of the double team right now, get his head to the right side and get over into the running lane right here. That, for a dude his size to be a defensive tackle and move like this, insane. And so you can see right here, he's going to make contact on Mixon, but he doesn't make the tackle because it's an arm tackle. That's a tough tackle to make, and he's making it from the backside of the play. And so, but he gets just enough. If Mixon's running in full steam without being touched into Kyle Hamilton, who didn't have a ton of momentum right at the 2-yard line, that's one of those situations where Kyle Hamilton's going to pop him, but Mixon's probably falling forward, and that's going to be a touchdown. So this is an absolutely critical play by Travis Jones to get across, make contact. And that's why we study this film, because you won't notice this unless you really dive into the end zone angle. So right here, he's going to make that. You know what? He trips him up, actually. So he probably did get credited with the tackle here. And Hamilton just kind of falls on him. I guess I didn't see him. That is insane. Travis Jones is just nasty. I think we get into a couple pass rushes here. No, we got one more run. Okay, let's go back. Then we'll get into the pass rush. So here we got Brody in, and look at Brody. Absolutely filthy. So Brody's going to start here as the 1 tech. So you got Pierce as a 3 tech in between the left or the right guard and the right tackle. You got the right side 1 tech here from Brody. So that right guard, or that left guard, sorry, is going to just kind of single him up, and he is going to get the inside hand placement that he has right here, and he's just going to snatch. And as he snatches, he eats that gap and then makes a tackle. Insane play, like just nasty stuff. And that's your rotational defensive tackle getting in there. That's kind of Matabike's backup, or if you need a 1 tech, he can play. He's kind of your 3rd string 1 tech or your 2nd string 3 tech. Insane stuff. Just beautiful to see. I think now we get into the pass rush snaps. Could be wrong. Yeah, here we go. So through this one, and this is going to be the Owe sack. And so really critical play here, because you can see Travis Jones, he's going to pass off the inside here. And I thought this was critical because you're going to get Owe going around Tunsil. If Jones doesn't react back inside to push up the middle of the field, Stroud could have easily stepped up here. And this is when I talk about Josh Allen, I talk about Patrick Mahomes, these guys that the Ravens are going to have to go through on the gauntlet of the AFC. This is the type of play where if they can step up here, but they get the interior pressure and it's going to force Stroud back, which forces that hesitation. You have good coverage from your secondary and always able to chase down off of play action and then get home on the sack. So without Jones's reaction, and again, a guy as a one tech, not many one techs move the way he does. Like he does some insane stuff. And then you get, plays like this one where it's just Nnamdi Madubuike, and this is the type of game changer he needs to be. He gets the, this could have been easily a completion here. Looks like there was a little bit of separation downfield, but watch this play from Madubuike. So he's going to start here as a 3-tech, and again, these are the plays that they need to be able to make. So he's going to pop and then hit him with the swim. And as he does that, you can see the athleticism. Stroud steps up, gets the ball out. But his ability to sink that right ankle in and turn the corner to get to him, nasty, nasty stuff. Keep moving here. And there's, you get your 2 defensive tackles, push in the pocket. Stroud has to get up. And this is more of a slow burn for both Madubuike and Jones. You're going to get the double team on Jones. I would like to see Madubuike collapse this pocket a little bit quicker, but Mixon does step into him. So, I mean, pretty nasty stuff here. But this is kind of the beauty, right? So you're going to get the double team on Travis Jones, which creates that one-on-one for Madubuike. Madubuike collapses, and then you basically end up with 2 double teams. Mixon falls, and then there's Travis Jones. You can see once the double team comes off of him, he just collapses the center right back in. Look at that. Just piling him back. And that's the type of pressure that we need to see. Consistently pushing that pocket, making it collapse. Now we get a little creativity here. You got Madubuike out wide as kind of a 7-tech, sort of a defensive end. You got Van Noy stand up over top of the right tackle. Travis Jones is a 0, and then Owe out wide. This is the type of stuff that we saw from Mike McDonald last year. I don't know if I have the play in here, but I think I do actually. Michael Pierce lined up as an edge rusher. Just the crazy stuff that I love, just seeing those pre-snap alignments. And it lets you do stuff like this. And there's that double team where Travis Jones is going to work upfield. And Kyle Van Noy creates this. So this is a combination of a couple things. This is going to be, your ability to do this because you can be so creative with the athleticism you have. You have Madubuike, who's athletic enough to rush from the edge spot. You have Travis Jones, athletic enough to be the looper. You got Kyle Van Noy, who's physical enough to come in and set a pick inside. And that's what's going to happen here. So he's going to come across the right guard's face and attack the center. And he just takes himself out of the play. And by doing that, he ends up with 3 guys around him, nobody on Travis Jones. And again, not many nose tackles. And he's lined up as a nose guard here. So as Van Noy sets this, Jones is able to get upfield so quick and get that quarterback hit. They do get the completion, but it's a short, basically nothing completion. Stevens makes that tackle. So that's the type of thing you can do when you have athletic defensive lines like the Ravens do. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I think there's another play we get. Yeah, Jones collapsing that pocket, forces Stroud to roll out and just kind of step out of bounds. So again, Travis Jones' ability just to, if he gets a one-on-one, take advantage of it. So off the snap, you're going to get Madubuike drawing the double team. And so this is a critical situation because when Madubuike draws that double team, Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, Brody if he's in, but mostly Pierce and Jones, they need to be able to make these plays one-on-one. And you're going to see he's going to collapse that guard and just drive him back into Stroud's pocket, or like literally into his pocket. And that forces Stroud to roll out. Roquan steps up. He runs out of bounds, play over. So when one of the defensive tackles inside gets doubled, the other one needs to take advantage. And that needs to be consistent against these playoff teams. Absolutely critical. I think we finished with a sack here from Madubuike. Hit him another exact same move. The swim gets the leg. So that's kind of how I see it. A guy like Madubuike, they're going to need him to step up, get sacks. That's just reality. They're going to need Jones and Pierce to be able to push the pocket. And then when you get your rotational guys in, especially in the run game, they're going to have to make plays too. So really phenomenal work by this interior defensive line in this game against the Houston Texans. Absolutely critical, but I see it as being a huge need for consistency as we go into the playoffs. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Hit subscribe if you're new here. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video.